Hello there and welcome to another episode of Quick History. Today we're going to be looking at the July days and the road to war. As always, check the link in the description for a free handout and make sure you click on subscribe if you like what you see. As a result of the assassination of Franz Ferdinand, the Serbian military are pinned with the blame. The weapons used by Gavrilo Princip are linked directly back to the Serbian military, and Austria-Hungary issue Serbia with an ultimatum. If they do not accept a number of requests, then war will be declared. Now, the ultimatum was quite wide-ranging, but there were four things which I believe you need to know as students. The first part of the ultimatum is that Serbia had to accept full responsibility for the assassination of Franz Ferdinand. The second part of the ultimatum is that any anti-Austro-Hungarian factions or groups or terrorist organisations had to be weeded out by the Serbian police and eradicated to prevent further issues arising. To help that, the third part of the ultimatum is Austria-Hungary wanted to gain control of the Serbian police. The Austro-Hungarians would send in officers who would run the Serbian police and make sure that that job of eradicating anti-Austro-Hungarian feeling was taking place. And the fourth part of the ultimatum is that Serbia had 48 hours to respond. If there was no response in 48 hours, or if the ultimatum was rejected, then Austria-Hungary would declare war. The response of Serbia was to actually accept the vast majority of the ultimatum. The only thing that they objected to was one of the clauses which I mentioned above, which is they didn't feel it was fair that Austria-Hungary would take control of the Serbian police. They telegram Austria-Hungary and say that we accept all the parts of the ultimatum except for one. The Austro-Hungarians, as a result, do not reply, and on the 28th of July they see the ultimatum has been rejected and begin to shell the capital of Serbia, which is called Belgrade. This is obviously an act of war. And Austria-Hungary and Serbia are now combined in a battle and a war which is going to have tremendous consequences for the future of Europe. The first part in the road to World War involves Russia. Serbia, being shelled by the Austro-Hungarians, go to their ally Russia and ask for help. This causes great consternation amongst the Germans. The Germans are very wary because their war plan says that Russia can only take 6 weeks to get mobilised. If they're beginning to get mobilised now to fight Austria-Hungary, then Germany's war plans are going to be thrown out the window. So as a result, the German Kaiser telegrams the Russian Tsar and tells them to stop mobilising and to back down. The Russian Tsar refuses to do this. This is how we end up with a world war, from what was actually a very localised war in the first place. As soon as Russia refused to stop mobilising at the Germans' requests, the Germans understand that they are going to have to declare war on Russia and they are going to activate the Schlieffen Plan, which we're going to look at in the next video. As a result, the Germans invade Belgium. This was a big mistake because invading Belgium now gets Britain involved in the war. Very shortly, Russia, Britain and France have declared war on Austria-Hungary and Germany. Likewise, Germany and Austria-Hungary have declared war on Britain, France and Russia. What was a very small war between Austria-Hungary and Serbia has now led to a war which is involving 5 major powers in Europe and which will lead to the death of up to 20 million men at the battlefield and on the home front. Make sure you click the link in the description for your free handout. Make sure you click on subscribe. We're going to be looking at the Schlieffen Plan in the next video. I'll see you there.